Hello. So, thank you for watching day 1. This is the summary of day 2, and sorry for the delay on posting this or recording this. I actually watched it, summarized it, took my notes, but something amazing happened regarding me and Tony Robbins. So I was super excited. I couldn't take videos. I couldn't do anything else. I'll tell you the good news, I guess, at the end, so that if you're here just to hear the summary, just hear the summary. But I'll let you know what happened in my story with Tony Robbins at the end of this video for those of you who are interested. First of all, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and make sure to like and comment. Thank you so much. Day 2, Dean talked, and also at the end we had another guest, that was Alex Hormozi, and both of them were great. So Dean talked about the power of the dot. And what does it mean? If you've never heard Dean talking about the dot, it's about this concept of, so when you're asking yourself, so if you're a service-based entrepreneur, or if you're a coach, or you're in education industry, you might tell yourself that I can serve everybody, right? I know that you can, and I know that you like to serve everybody, but it's really great if you niche down and just talk about one specific dot and talk to a one specific dot. The whole idea is about niching down on your target market and also niching down on the subject that you want to talk about. Yes, we have a huge target market. Maybe like we can talk to like the whole world, we can save the planet, but it's better to narrow down and think about the things that we are an expert at or we are passionate about. And one thing I want to add here is that Dean talked about 4 areas. You can talk about your experience, what they call mess to message. So if you've screwed up in something, or if you had some mess in your life and you got out of it, that can be your expertise, that can be your experience, that can be something that you can share with a lot of other people, because we are never alone. We're not the only person who've been there or who've done that, right? So think about that and see if you had something that it was really painful for you and you overcame it, how can you help other people who are now in that situation? For example, something that happened with me was that I used to work for corporate like for so long, and to be honest, I didn't like, so I've been in accounting and finance and auditing for a long time, and I love numbers, but I don't really enjoy working just with computers and not seeing people, having human interactions. So it was just really boring for me. Although I didn't like it, and to be honest, I hated it, but I was just there because it was easy, it was familiar, it was my comfort zone. And I got to the point, I don't want to get into the details of my story, but I got to the point that I realized enough is enough, and I really want to get out of this, and I want to do something else. And it was a long journey. It is included in my YouTube channel. You can watch the other video that is regarding my story. But I got out of it, and I learned how to become a business owner, how to be an entrepreneur, and going from corporate job to having my own job or having my own business. And that's what I started with. I started helping others. I started helping other people who so I started with people who actually getting paid really low amount of salaries, and they were looking for jobs, because I had that area before as well. I had that issue before as well. So I started helping those people first. I helped them getting huge increase in salaries, find a better job, and just improve, like get a promotion, so improve their career. And after a while, actually, from that, I realized, okay, now that I have a better job, they're thinking about having their own business, and I'm helping them with that as well. And I'm helping them with the financial side of it, because that was my expertise, right? So my message was the career coaching part, and then my expertise was when I started using my financial background and my MBA in marketing and my marketing background to help other service-based entrepreneurs to become successful business owners. And there is a difference between entrepreneur and business owner. I don't want to get into that. I want to stick to the summary, and I want to make it as short as possible. And let's just go with it. So, okay, mess to message. And then second one is skill to expertise, which is I just explained. And the third one is passion. So if you have a passion, you can talk about your passion. That can be art, that can be dance, that can be anything that you're passionate about. You can talk about it and teach other people and help them also enjoy that, right? And the last one, if you don't have any, or if you think that you don't have any expertise or any messages, or you don't have any passion, you can work as a reporter and ask other people or interview other people who have something to say. You can actually think about Tony and what he did in Money Master the Game, and even the Life Force book, and also I guess even Unshakable. So in these books, in Money Master the Game and Life Force, he uses other people's experience and knowledge, especially on Money Master the Game. He talks to people who are really great in finance and money making, and then he just reports those to us, right? So you can act as a reporter. And even in his Business Mastery event, which is his biggest event for business owners, he brings so many different people. He's not the only person that teaches those 5 days, which my exciting news is also about Business Mastery. I'll tell you at the end. Okay, I'm super excited for it, and you know why I'm like this with so much energy. It's just because of Tony. Okay, so you can use your mess to have a message and talk about your message. You can use your skill to teach your expertise to others. You can use your passion to teach people, or you can be a reporter. Then you can create a course. There are so many different ways of adding value. You can create a course, you can create a workshop, mastermind, or you can become a coach. And I've done all of these that I told you. Yeah, I have a course. I've done a lot of workshops. I'm a coach. I do a lot of coaching, and also mastermind. Yes, I have a membership program, and that we do mastermind. Let me see if I'm not missing anything, because these notes are from a few days ago, since I had to pause a little bit and take it all in. I'll tell you. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I checked. I covered everything. Next guest was Alex Hormozi, and his story was amazing. So 5 years ago, he had nothing financially, and last year he sold his business for $50 million in 4 years. That's awesome. So if you have nothing today, imagine that can't be possible. Good point. Okay, he asked 5 questions, and first is why you can do this, why you can become a coach or create a course or be in an education industry. Second, why education industry. Third, why digital. Fourth, why now specifically. And 5 was why learn from experts, or why learn from Tony and Dean. Number 1 question, why you can do this. He talked about leverage here. He said that you can leverage, and this is actually one of the things that Tony talks in his Business Mastery, that by leveraging you can do a lot more. And we have 4 ways of leveraging. 1 is leverage other people. So with the help of other people, you can do some of your stuff. Leverage other people's money. That's obvious. You can use other people's money to make money. Third, leverage the media. And fourth is leverage the software. So for example, media is social media. You can use Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Clubhouse, and all the different apps to grow, or LinkedIn to grow your business. And software is when you leverage an app, so you create an app or something. These are 4 leverages that you can use to grow your business. And Why you can do this? Because all of these are available. And just to share some of my own experience and knowledge about this, it is really possible. Although I feel like in some way everybody is getting into education, but don't let that to hold you back, because some people who are not qualified are getting into education industry, and you might be very qualified or more qualified than them, and you're debating and you're asking or questioning yourself. So I want you to trust yourself. If you're watching this, there is a reason. You see something inside of you. So if you really see something inside of you and you're curious to see if you can do it, I would tell you, try it. And try it for 18 months and see what happens. Don't judge yourself. Don't be scared. Take risk, and you're not gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it if you don't do it. And believe me, I've been there. When I wanted to start my coaching business, it was I don't remember how many years ago, several years ago, I wanted to start it, and I couldn't, because I was thinking like everybody is now a coach, and that was so many years ago. And comparing to that time, no one was a coach at that time. Like now that I'm thinking, like everybody's a coach now, right? So if I would start at that time, it would have been much better. But I'm so glad that I started a few years ago, because I'm here today because of that day that I said enough is enough, and I'm gonna do it. And so that you guys know, if you go back to my YouTube channel, go to my first video. It's so embarrassing, but I try not to delete it ever. Go watch it. I didn't know that I have to take videos horizontal. I thought it has to be vertical, so I did my video vertical instead of horizontal. So that's how much I knew about YouTube. And it doesn't matter, because knowing YouTube is not a big deal. It's about your knowledge and what you have inside of you that you can share with other people. It's about those lives that you can touch. It's about that impact that you can have on people's lives. So trust me, do it for 18 months at least before quitting. Okay, don't quit earlier than that. Second question, why education? Yes, why education? Because I guess why not? Because education industry is growing so much and so fast. And what Alex said is that I forgot the numbers, but there are less people going to college now, and there are more people learning from different classes. And I mean, it's obvious, because you can learn a lot outside of college and universities. I mean, I have my master's degree, but I learned a lot outside of university. Third question, why digital? Because digital, he said it has 100% gross margin. Well, being in finance, I can't say 100%, but it is very close to 100%. Because when you're working digital, what do you need to, spend your money on? Getting Zoom, and maybe like whatever phone you have, a ring light maybe, not so much. So there's so little expenses. So it is close to 100% gross margin. It's better than, like building something and creating something like a product that you need a supply chain even to sell. This is the answer to why digital. Fourth question, why now specifically? Well, because I talked about that in the education part as well. If not now, then when? That would be my question. But let's see what Alex said. Why now? Because of the impact of compounding effects. Every day when you take one step, when you look back in a year, when you look back, you will see that you achieved a lot. So if you don't start today and you just postpone it even a month, the results, like after a year, the distance between the person who started today and the person who started next month, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be unbelievable. So definitely now is better than anytime later. And then last question was, why learn from Tony and Dean, or why learn from experts? Here he said something that I'm gonna say the opposite. So, but I like you to hear both sides and decide for your own. He said, learn from people who've been there the longest. For that case, I would say definitely learn from them, but also you need a guide, you need another person who's just a few steps further than you, because those people, I talked about this I think in my last video as well, right? So those people like feel you, and they've been there just like, you know, like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, not 100 years ago, not 30 years ago. So they can really feel you, and they understand what you're going through. And also because they're newer, they want to do more to prove themselves even to their own self. So right, so they want to prove themselves to you and to them as well. So they will do whatever it takes for you to get results. So that's my take, but you choose what you think is right. Third guest was Glow. She was amazing. She talked about the Thrive timeline. So how do you actually thrive? It starts from surviving, goes to planning, and then goes to doing, failing, continuing, and at the end, thriving. You're in the survival mode. You want to just do whatever it takes to survive. And then you start thinking about, okay, what do I need? You understand that I need a plan. So you start planning what you want to do. Next step is doing what you plan for. So a lot of people get stuck in the planning mode and they never take action. You have to take massive action. Do what you planned, and when you do it, you are gonna fail, and that's amazing. That is good. You should be happy that you failed, because it means that you did something and you learned something. And failure is just data. It's just data points. So you're learning, you're gathering information by failure, right? So you fail, you learn, you do again, you do something else, you make a small difference, you make a shift and make a little adjustment and do it again until you really see the results. So continuing is the next step, and then by continuing, doing and adjusting, looking at your goal and see where you're going and adjusting towards that, you are gonna thrive. This was the gist of what Glow said, and as I promised, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So after I posted my previous video, I've been part of Tony Robbins crew members, and I applied for Business Mastery to be a crew on Business Mastery, and it's happening next week. And I've been to Business Mastery before. I totally recommend that. If you're coming, please comment and let's see each other there. So I got a call, and they did a short interview with me, and I got approved to go there and crew in person. And that's a huge deal, because there's so many other people who are doing crewing like virtual, but a few spots were available for in-person crewing, and I got invited. So I'm super happy, super excited for that. I cannot wait to go, and I cannot wait to share with you a little bit, I guess, behind the scenes, whatever I can from like there, like where the monitors are and where Tony is. So if you like to see what's happening, make sure to subscribe to my account. I'm gonna post more, and also if you have my Instagram, check out my stories. I'll definitely share a lot on my stories, and then I'll share something here on YouTube as well. So that's why I'm super excited for that, and that's why I wasn't able to post or take this video earlier, because I was just super excited and I had a lot to do, because I had to, you know, like clean the whole week. Next week, like the whole calendar is now ready for Tony, and so because of that I had to do a lot of things this week and the week after I come back. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe and comment, and I'm gonna take day 3 as well for you, because it's ready. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.